Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tyler, and I'm the founder of Bradley Health Coaching and Revitalize. Now, Revitalize is your personal fat loss plan that I created and curated specifically for women over 40 going through the hormone changes of midlife and perimenopause and menopause, to the woman who has to run her kids to and from practice, still get to work on time, go to the grocery after work, and then make sure the house is in order, dealing with all that stress in life and still wanting to take care of her own body and herself. Now, in today's video, if you read the title, obviously we're going to be talking about foods that you should be eating as a woman going into 40s, 50s, and 60s through the hormone changes and perimenopause and menopause. But you're probably wondering why a 26-year-old guy like me cares so much about women's health over 40 and going through these hormone changes. Well, it all comes down to my mother, who went through a really rough time in midlife going through these hormone changes, and I watched the whole thing unfold. She had terrible hormonal symptoms. She was not eating what she needed to be eating because, diet culture told her to eat certain things. And over time, she had some terrible brain fog, gained some weight, and ultimately developed early onset dementia at 58. And so after that happened, I personally took it upon myself to try and make a change. And it was too late for her, but I can try and make a change for you and every other woman who might need this information and this help. And that's why I do what I do. So today, I'm going to help you understand exactly what you should be eating in order to lose weight, manage your hormonal symptoms, and feel great in the process. Making decisions on what to eat can be super challenging, especially when there's so much differing information out on social media. Eat this, don't eat this, all of the crazy info that people are putting out, like you shouldn't be eating fruit. I can tell you up front, that's really bad information. Okay, so now I want to make sure that you understand there's no specific food that's going to make you lose weight. Okay, it's a culmination of all the foods you're eating combined. You're not going to have some superfood that's going to shed fat super quickly. There's not going to be any certain supplement like a fat burner that's going to make you lose the 20 pounds that you want to lose. It's a culmination of everything that you do. But I am talking about specific foods to make sure that you know what foods have what nutrients, because there's some nutrients that you may be lacking or that you may need going through midlife with these hormone changes. Some of them are going to be nutrients that are just super, super important and that a lot of people don't get enough of. Some might be nutrients that you've cut out of your diet because somebody's told you to cut it out of your diet. And in turn, you've not had as much energy and you need to add things back in order to get the hormones regulated, elevate your energy, and maybe build some muscle. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, if you see me glancing down at my computer, it's because I can't remember everything off the top of my head. So bear with me. If you want to judge me for having to look at a computer to make sure I get you all the information that you want to get, then you must be really, really good at remembering every single thing you've ever looked at. So if I glance down, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I get you the information that I need to get you because I have an outline for that. All right, so getting into the foods that you should be eating as a woman over 40. Now, the first thing is, you hear it probably a decent amount, but you don't really know what it's for. And that's going to be antioxidants. Now, antioxidants are these little chemicals. They're all natural, right? They're in berries and really colorful fruits, and they're going to help essentially detox your body. Is one of their main functions. So anything that's bad in your body, these antioxidants are going to go ahead and kind of get rid of them, the harmful compounds and chemicals that are in your body. These antioxidants are really, really good for your brain health, and they're especially helpful as you age and are going through those hormone changes because they help control oxidative stress and are shown to greatly, improve the blood and health markers related to stress and brain health. So some foods to consider adding to your diet: any berries. The best berries, in my opinion, are going to be like blueberries and blackberries. Those have the most antioxidants. Acai berries are great, but you can add, strawberries, goji berries, anything like that might improve your antioxidant levels that you enjoy. So anything that I'm adding here, making sure you're enjoying it. Don't just eat it because I said it's good for you. Make sure you're eating it because you actually enjoy it as well. The next thing is going to be leafy greens: kale, spinach, any cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts or broccoli or things of that nature are going to have a ton of antioxidants as well. Other bright fruits, any tropical fruit you can imagine, pineapple, mango, oranges, are going to have a lot of really great antioxidants. And then anything with really good fatty acids. So salmon, eggs, nuts and seeds have a lot of good omega-3s, but they also have a lot of antioxidants. Adding those into your diet, whether it's the main part of your meal or it's as a snack or as a supplementation, as a side to those meals, it's going to be really, really helpful in increasing your antioxidant levels and helping it kind of purge some of that oxidative stress and any bad chemicals that might be in your body to improve your hormones and your brain health. The next thing is going to be pretty controversial that you hear about this everywhere. And there's a lot of differing opinions. Boom. What's up? Jumping in and giving you a little sidebar. I have a Facebook community for women over 40 called Confident Fat Loss for Women Over 40. Revitalize your metabolism, hormones, and gut health. If you want to be a part of this wonderful community, just click the link in the description. My Facebook community is awesome. I give out a ton of free information, guides, I do live trainings, and I do mini challenges where I give away a little bit of money. So if you want to improve your health, potentially win a little bit of money, and do it all for free in a wonderful community of women, click the link below. Back to the video. And that's going to be carbohydrates. Yes, carbs. I want to say first and foremost, carbs are not bad for you. I don't care what anybody says. And as you age over 40, especially as you're aging into perimenopause and menopause, carbs are going to be even more important. And I know I'm going to hear from someone in the comments saying, I cut carbs, carbs are the devil, and I feel better than ever. Well, that's good for you. Congratulations. I'm really glad that worked for you. But for 95%, maybe 99% of the population, that doesn't work. The only reason you hear this like carbs, cutting out carbs saved me, keto saved me, is because the people that do cut out carbs and it works for them are the loudest in the room. And it's really great that it works for them. Some people need that programming, specific diet programming. But for the majority of the population, it's not going to be the best option. And so carbohydrates, you need to make sure you're getting in your diet. They're great for women over 40 going through hormone changes for a few reasons. Now, they're going to help you build muscle. Your muscles love glucose, which is what sugars and carbs turn into whenever you eat them. So it turns into glucose through, insulin and blood sugar and all of that scientific stuff that I'm not going to get into today. You get some glucose going through your bloodstream, but your muscles love glucose. They pull glucose in, turn it into muscle glycogen, and that's what they use for fuel whenever you're working out or just recovering, going through day-to-day motions. They're also going to help with energy levels because of blood sugar spiking and dropping. Maybe you're not eating enough. Maybe you're skipping meals, so then your blood sugar is kind of all over the place. Carbs are actually going to help regulate blood sugar, especially if you're eating consistently throughout the day, 3 meals a day. Carbohydrates are going to help regulate that blood sugar discrepancy of spiking and dropping, and in turn give you more consistent energy as you go about your day. So you're not going to have that 3 afternoon slump. You're not going to have that 3 o'clock in the afternoon slump or cravings. Okay. And by eating good carbs, you're not going to have any issues. Everybody thinks about don't eat carbs as like super highly processed junk. Really, people are thinking about it as sugar when you could have, a really quality pasta that doesn't have any enrichment or preservatives. So like a durum wheat semolina, if that's all the ingredient says, just durum wheat, then you're in great shape there. You can have jasmine rice. You can have potatoes, a sweet potato. All of that's going to be great for you. And little fun fact, if you want to control your blood sugar, a sweet potato obviously is going to have more sugar in it. It's sweeter for a reason. So maybe just have a white potato, a russet potato or something. So carbs are demonized a lot of times just because of that, because they're associating these carbs with sugar or highly processed food. So some foods to add to your diet. I just talked about pasta, potatoes, sweet potatoes, jasmine rice. I really, really like sourdough bread. If you like bread, you can have it. Okay. Just a lot of times in the grocery store, again, super ultra processed bread is the only thing people are buying. I love a good sourdough. And if the ingredients are just like 4 or 5 ingredients and it's pure sourdough, that's going to be a phenomenal choice for your breakfast toast or as a snack. And then any fruit is going to have carbs in it. Granted, these carbs are from fruit sugars, but who cares? The fruit is still low in calorie. It's really good for you. And you can get carbs through these higher, carbohydrate fruits like oranges or mangoes and things of that nature. Now, the final thing is going to be probiotics. So most women that I talk to have some pretty serious gut issues. They are bloated all the time. They have IBS symptoms. and they don't really understand that that's not normal. So if that's you, first step is realizing that you have gut issues. You shouldn't be bloated 6 days of the week. And you need to understand that that's not normal, and you need to fix that. Arguably, you need to fix that before you do probably anything else. And probiotics are a great first step if you're not getting enough. So, some signs of this, if you have gut issues and you need probiotics, it's going to be constant bloating or regular bloating, and pretty constant indigestion after meals, IBS symptoms or actual diagnosis of IBS. Lack of appetite is also a sign that your gut might not be working as it should. And then irregular bowel movements, if it's kind of all over the place, you might go to the bathroom for 2 straight days, then not go again for another 4 days, and then go, and then like 3 days later, you go again. So kind of all over the place. Probiotics are going to be great for healing and regulating your digestion and gut health. And it's going to help regulate and add good bacteria to your gut. That's all probiotics are. It's just really good bacteria that your gut needs in order to function properly. This is where most women need to start for their gut. In my experience, sometimes you are getting enough probiotics, you need prebiotics or something else. But some foods to consider adding: Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, and actual sourdough bread can fit in here too. Anything that's got something fermented in it or is fully fermented is going to have some really quality probiotics. The easiest for most people, if they don't have a lactose issue, is going to be the Greek yogurt, because you can have a yogurt bowl with fruit in it in the mornings for breakfast. But if you like some of the more strong flavors, sauerkraut, kimchi, and kombucha are phenomenal options. So you can go with those as well. And adding in those probiotics, add them in slowly. Don't just like load them into your diet, because then your gut's going to be in a real rough place for a while. So make sure you're adding in, a little bit more week after week after week, until you get to a place where you feel like your gut's actually feeling a lot better. So probiotics are the final piece that I wanted to talk about for foods you should be adding in today. Now, I'm not going to give you a ton of extra stuff, because I don't want to overwhelm you with like just an abundancy of information, because I don't want you to have to like take it all away and think, I need to buy this, and this. Just start with these few things. Start with a few small things here and there to add to your diet. And that's really, what I feel people need to do anyways. But instead of going on a restrictive diet, you need to add foods in, and those good foods will eventually replace the foods that aren't as good. So you should focus on adding food in instead of taking it away to start, because there's no need to restrict right away. In fact, plenty of women that I talk to over 40 have been eating far too little for an extended period of time. And you might be overeating off and on, and that's why you can't lose weight or you've been gaining weight. But if you feel like you're not eating hardly at all and you're still gaining weight, what's probably happened is a little bit of metabolic adaptation, which is when you're not eating enough for the size of your body over an extended period of time, your body says, we don't really think we can survive off of, let's say, 1,600 calories. So we need to make sure that we're only burning 12 to 1,300 a day. So it makes you feel less energetic, so you don't go out and move and burn more calories. It makes it to where you have to eat less and less and less in order to lose weight. And this is just a natural phenomenon that occurs. And when people are going through this, normally they're eating 12, 1,100, 1,000 calories a day and not losing weight anymore. And you might be not tracking correctly. You might be overeating. It just depends on the scenario you're in. If you want to understand what your metabolism looks like and go through kind of a metabolic assessment, I have one. I'm going to link that in the description below, and you can take it. I'll do some calculations and then send you what I think your metabolism needs in order to actually lose weight again. I hope this video was super helpful, adding in the foods that are going to help you lose fat, feel great, and regulate your hormones. And if you found it helpful, maybe feel like dropping a subscription. I drop a video every Sunday helping women over 40 reach their goals that they want to reach and feel phenomenal and confident in their bodies. And if you do subscribe, I'll see you next Sunday. I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic week.